welcome to my channel. My name is Misty. Today's video we're going to talk about all the curriculum I plan to choose for this school year 2021. I don't do one set curriculum, guys. I mix and match for what fits for our family. So today I'm going to give you an idea of what that looks like for my 5-year-old, who is currently technically going into kindergarten, but her learning level is a little bit beyond that. She's kind of at the point between kindergarten and first grade. But all of this curriculum will work for your kindergartner or first grader, no matter like what level they're on. These will actually work for a lot of grades. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we do, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more content like this. I have plenty of things coming up on this channel to help you out with your homeschooling or to give you ideas or just share some of our lives in the homeschool world. And the like button lets me know that this is the type of content that you enjoy, so I know what to make for you in the future. Let's go ahead and get started with what I got. Hope I don't look too awkward in this video. I'm just sitting Indian style on the couch, but let's go ahead and get started. I have a lot going on. I have a cheat sheet here to kind of explain to you everything so I don't miss anything. I want it to be very thorough. So the first thing that we're going to go over is the core subjects. That is reading, writing, and math for us. These are the subjects they will do every single day. So the curriculum we choose for her reading is the All About Reading curriculum that comes from it's written by Marie Ripple, but it's from All About Learning as a website or something like that. I'll have everything linked down below, by the way, as usual. But we will be doing All About Reading 1 and 2. She is almost done with 1 from the first year. So what we'll do is finish this up and then continue with 2. I don't currently have the 2 curriculum just because I have some time before I have to buy it. Plus, I'm looking to see if I can get any good deals. So this is what we will be using. We enjoy it thoroughly because it touches a lot of different learning styles. There are like 1 or 2 things Vivi doesn't like about this curriculum, which is fine. I'll talk about that in a future video. I have a solution for that I will be coming up with to make it something that she enjoys. But other than that, it's worked really great for us. Vivi began reading at age 4 thanks to this, not by my choice. She was begging me every day to teach her how to read. So that's why we started this curriculum so early. And it comes with the activity book, which what I did was I took out every single page and put it in here. That way, in the future, I can use it again for Savannah. None of the pages are used. I just make copies and work from there. And along with that, you have books that you'll have to read. It comes with the curriculum. And she's currently reading those, as well as we use an aid for reading, which is, we use the, they're different brands, but like the I Can Read type books. So we have various ones. She does level 1 currently. Some of these are still a bit of a challenge. Some of them are super easy. They're all over the place, to be honest. But that's what we use. That one is not supposed to be in there. That is for something else. But yeah, we have a ton of these. I have even more sitting next to me and more upstairs. But this is definitely a good reading aid. On top of her reading, you need to have them do additional reading with this curriculum. So these come in handy. You can buy them really cheap secondhand. So that is what we will be doing. So I'm going to finish up level 1 and then we will purchase level 2 and continue her reading curriculum in that way. Now spelling, I've gone back and forth. And like I said, she's only in kindergarten. Do I have to buy a curriculum for writing just yet? No, I don't. So I'm not. If I do, the curriculum I will choose will either be all about spelling, or I think it's called Spelling UC. It goes along with Math UC, so Spelling UC. So it'll be one of those 2 curriculums. I'm almost thinking of doing All About Reading because I think that they kind of complement each other from what I understand, which makes sense. They're from the same company. So that's kind of where I'm at. Now, granted, her unit studies have a lot of handwriting involved, and that's what we're going to kind of gauge her learning off of. So based off how well she does with that curriculum, I will make the decision whether or not to get an actual curriculum for that subject. It also saves money. I'm all about that. Okay, so next is math. Math is one that Viviana really likes because the curriculum we have is like playing a game. And I will show you here in a second. The curriculum we use is Math UC. So we are currently on the primer Math UC, which is like the very beginning. And that's great. You can start this super young to kind of get those concepts going in their head. By the way, Vivi's, I'm gonna say this in every video probably, Vivi is right above me running around being a child. So if you hear thudding, that's what that is. But this is the primer set, and this is really great for beginners. It kind of skims on the very surface of a lot of things they will learn in the other programs. This is very much a mastering curriculum. You are going to learn everything very in depth. We have to break one lesson down into about 3 days. That's how in depth and how many math problems are on the worksheets. So it can become a bit repetitive and tedious, and that's the reason we break it up. So I'll do 20 minutes a day of this, and it takes her about 2 to 3 days to complete each lesson. And here is the second set. This is what it looks like. So the second one will be going into alpha. So this one's more about single digit subtraction and addition. This one is just introduction to math. So she will be working her way over to this. It does come with a DVD to very thoroughly explain and very simply explain each lesson. Vivi watches the video. Really, you could watch it if you want and teach it to your kid. But Vivi enjoys watching the little video, so that's what we do. Once you get to this level 2, it also includes like a test booklet. I don't know if we will be doing tests. Tests stress Vivi out, so what I'll probably do is not tell her it's a test and just she'll think it's worksheets. So that's what we'll do. Now the cool thing about Math UC is that on top of the worksheets, you are playing with blocks. This is the 100 unit block, I guess you could say. So there's 100 here, as well as there are these other ones that represent different numbers as well. And Viviana thoroughly enjoys that. While she gets to do the worksheets, she's also pulling out blocks and doing the math problems while playing a game. So that is what really draws her into this math curriculum. So I highly recommend this type of curriculum if you're looking. We have really enjoyed it. The second one we were looking at was Singapore Math, but this one just honestly is the best fit for Vivi. So those are our core curriculum subjects and what we're using for them. And now we're going to move on to our units and our electives. This is the part I feel like is going to stress me out. I have to figure out our schedule, and I think I have it down, pretty sure, of how to make it all fit. For language, additional language, I did not necessarily plan to teach my child a language. She just told me what she wants and I tried to do it. She's interested in 2 languages and I think we can do both. It'll be fine. One is sign language and the other one is French. So with sign language, the good thing is my best friend has a degree in it. She has a degree in all the sign language type stuff. That's what she went to school for. I will be heavily relying on her for information, but she has a way of privately sharing different things that we can focus on each week, and then we would make a video of us doing it and reporting back to her basically. And that's how we're going to study sign language. Now French, on the other hand, I took French, I was good at it, I passed it. I was better at the pronunciation of French than the actual sentence writing part of it. So the good thing is we're starting on a kid's level where everything's moving really slow, so I can easily teach myself again. I'm very confident in that. And so here's what I'm doing. If you have researched curriculum for French, it is not cheap. Not cheap at all. So I do not want to pay $200–300 for curriculum and then Vivi go, I'm just kidding, I'm not really interested in this. It's driving me crazy or it's boring or whatever. So here's how we're doing it. I have gotten, as well as in my own brain, I know plenty of French words and kind of how to teach it. I remember the structure from when I was in class. I got these 2 booklets here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to, by the way, I do not write in pretty much any of my curriculum books because I want them to stay as pristine as possible so that I can use them, and then when my kids are grown I can sell them. So that's the plan. So in this booklet there's a whole bunch of pages that we can print out and work on as worksheets, as well as in this one as well. So this reinforces French vocabulary, provides focused practice to build students' confidence, includes more than 70 pages of illustrated activities and answer keys. This one is the 100 series, a reproducible activities French booklet. And so it's a lot of printout pages as well to work on. So what it is I will focus weekly on one of these pages, and 2 days a week we will work on pronunciation. And she doesn't really write, like I said, she's 5, but we'll still have fun trying to write it, and you know, just kind of creating different projects around it. So that is how I plan to teach French. So really basic stuff. We're not getting into sentence structure, we're not getting into all this. There's what, 6 ways to say a different sentence depending on who's speaking, so or who you're speaking about. So we won't be getting that in depth. We will just be doing a lot of the basic introductory, learning the alphabet and the numbers and words to things they know, like cats and dogs, things like that. So that's how we're doing French. Now this next part is really fun. For our history and science subjects, those will be unit studies where we change it up. I don't feel a need to have a set thing all the time for those subjects, so we will be doing a lot of changing that up. Heavy focus on science, and I'll talk in the future about history curriculum in the future when I feel ready to talk about it. But for now, there's no need for me to have a history curriculum for a 5-year-old. Our state just requires that she understands some of Ohio's history. I can easily do that. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. I go on rabbit trails. That's just my personality. It's what I do. My brain works like that. But for her unit studies, I let it be student-led. Viviana tells me what she wants to learn, I make it happen. So she was very easy this time. She said her first 2 things she wants to learn about. This is not for the full year, guys. These are just the first 2 units. And I can tell you what Christmas will be for a unit, but this is where we're at so far. The first unit she wants to study is birds. Great. Gather Round has North American birds as a unit study. We can learn about birds in our own backyard. That is built-in easy aids for homeschooling. So I just take her outside, we have binoculars, we will go look at all the American robins and cardinals and other things that we have, and all of that is covered in here. Not only does she give you the most beautiful illustrations, guys, look, oh my gosh, really. And that bird you see there is the bird that is in our yard. These birds are a terror to deal with if you have a garden. It comes with a unit study for the student and for a teacher's guide. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. My camera keeps cutting off, so here we are 20 minutes later. Hopefully it's working correctly now. But back into the curriculum. It has the most beautiful artwork. Okay, attempt number 3000 with this camera. I'm definitely switching cameras after this video. But for an example of how a lesson would go and how much it encompasses other subjects such as writing, like I said earlier, here is an example. So this is lesson number 2 on ruby-throated hummingbirds, and so the first one is about science. So we're learning about their diet, habitat, and an interesting fact about them. The next part is the science, history, and language arts, learning about Carl Linnaeus, and obviously it looks like we're doing some writing down here, which I'll help her with, obviously. She does know about Carl Linnaeus. We have learned about him. We have a really great book about him. And this is language arts, proper nouns and common nouns. So there's another way to introduce that. Bodies of water. This is the geography lesson right here. Look at the map and label and color it. And it'll tell you what parts to label and color, as well as this is an art page. So what you can't see really well is in here, there is a very faint outline of a ruby-throated hummingbird, and she will trace that, and then we will paint it or color it. So that's kind of how it encompasses a lot of subjects in one. So that's what's really nice about the Gather Round curriculum. I don't really have an opinion all the way on it just yet because we haven't actually done it. But once I know how we like it, I will definitely give you guys a review on that. So that's our first unit study. This will take us longer thanks to Oglesby Ohana. If you don't know, she's my obsession. We are internet best friends. She has no idea. But we will be doing this 3, maybe 4 times a week. And with the way I'm planning to do things, 3 to 4 times a week is how often we will be doing this. And once this is done, we will be working on the human body from Gather Round as well. I don't have it printed out even though I purchased it. They do a sale going right now, by the way. Hopefully it's still going when you see this video, so go check out their website. But those are the 2 unit studies we're doing, followed by Gather Round's Christmas unit study, unless there's a gap in time. If there's a gap in time, we'll start another program as well. We are considering also doing the space unit from there. So there are quite a few choices on the Gather Round website to choose from, and she's adding more. And considering it's such a new company, it really is doing great. And everything looks great. It looks like quality stuff. So we are going to enjoy that. So for devotional time, what we're doing is we have the it's called I Am 40 Reasons to Trust God. Dang it, I don't have it. Let me go get it. Okay, I forgot the book, so I ran upstairs to get it. But this is the I Am 40 Reasons to Trust God, brought to you by Oglesby Ohana. Obsessed with her. As always, I'll link channels that I mentioned in the drop box down below, as long as I remember to, and you can always check out those channels as well. But what we do is we do this at breakfast time, and so while they're eating breakfast, we will go over one of the chapters. It has beautiful artwork. It really puts things down on a kid's level, and what they'll do is they'll tell the short story from the Bible, and then it will have a section saying like, what does it mean? So then use that section to kind of break down why we're reading that scripture and how it applies to their life. And then the really cute thing is it kind of gives them a little teaser about what like the next page will say and what it will be about, so then they get a little excited to hear the next story the next day. So highly recommend this. Once we're done with this one, we're getting the second book, which I can't remember the title of right now, but that's what we do for devotional, as well as it is kind of built into some of their curriculum. So also outside of devotional, another thing we focus on is I have kids that have energy all over the place, and sometimes they need help figuring out how to hone it in. So we do the mindful games for kids. And it's really cute short activities that just take a few minutes to learn how to focus on breathing, to learn how to kind of control your body, things like that. So We do this, highly recommend this. I'll probably do a review on it later once we use it some more, but this is really great, and we found that it works best right before circle time because some of this is really calming. Like, you'll be sitting kind of like meditating, and it'll tell you what to meditate on and how to control your breathing. So we do that before circle time, and then the girls are just ready to focus during that time. And Vivi just said, and we have the strange music on. It's like meditation, yoga type music on that I randomly find. So those are the general curriculums, and then physical fitness. Her cheer is canceled for the year. We are not doing cheer until they figure out what to do with all this pandemic stuff. But so cheer is out of the question. I'm looking at my cheat sheet. Cheer is out of the question right now, as well as she was doing soccer. Literally, they closed the rec centers on her first day of soccer. Instead, we have to resort to things around here. So first of all, we have a playground in our backyard. So there's a whole jungle gym outside for her to play with, as well as go to parks, go on walks when we can. And I still don't do that too much just because I don't trust strangers with all the germs going around. We have a yard, she can play back there as well. So very obvious normal kids activities. I just have to make sure that we actually do it. And the other thing is we use Dance to Fit. I use that for my own personal workouts, and she uses it too for her. And they have a kids version of workouts on there, so there's another opportunity for exercise through cardio dance. All right, that wraps up everything we're doing curriculum wise for this school year. I hope it gives you ideas on what to do for your school year as well. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me or to leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Also in the comments, let me know what kind of curriculum you're using so I know what else is out there maybe I haven't seen yet. So before you go, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more content like this, all about homeschooling and fun. And the like button lets me know that you enjoy this type of content so I know what to make for you in the future. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.